Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
This morning, driving into the office, I was thinking about all the hundreds of things we've talked about that have come true and happened. I went on air and I said the government and criminal elements of it are going to attack the World Trade Centers because I knew they bombed it before. By the way, that's publicly admitted, but the average person still doesn't know that. The 93 event is open and shut. CBS News, New York Times. Yeah, the feds created the group, cooked the bomb, gave them the detonator, and commanded the whole operation. But that was provocateur. But I'm already digressing. You see, I try to just be, give you basic info, and then I tend to zoom in on each little point and document it. But we talked about how they were going to attack the World Trade Center, blame it on their asset Osama bin Laden. It happened. I said it'll happen in the next few months. It happened. I talked about how in Seattle they were going to use federalized riot police to attack the people, that they would have agent provocateurs there, because I'd seen the media prepping the public for that to happen. And we told you you'd see bank runs. We told you you'd see a devaluing dollar. We told you gas would be $4 a gallon by the summer of '08. We told you that in the late spring of '06, 2+ years before it happened. We told you they wouldn't attack Iraq in March of '02. It would be March of '03. They attacked exactly when we said a year before. We predicted a year before exactly when it would happen. We have basically laid out everything that's going to happen, everything that's going to develop. Of course, we've broken down the fact that it will go from 1 in 33 with cancer to 1 in 3, and then 1 in 2, and then everyone having it, basically. And now they're preparing to announce that 1 in 2 will now be getting it. They've gone from 1 in several thousand getting diabetes to now 1 in 5. Some races of groups, 1 in 2. These are all genetically engineered bioweapon plagues with chemical combos, and we have all the documents and all the facts, and the CIA and the Centers for Disease Control and the Navy and the United Nations, World Health Organization. They've been caught all over the world doing it, and all these prominent scientists and doctors and Nobel Prize winners blow the whistle, and it might make it in a foreign newspaper. Eyewitnesses come out and blow the whistle, only to be murdered months later, tortured to death. And then it's a minor footnote. The media never points out, oh, they exposed this government program and were murdered. It's just, oh, they got tortured to death by some kids. The police came, they were cut up and splattered all over the walls. Looked like they've been tortured for days. It's no big. It's some kids, the police say. Some young kids probably did it. Yeah. Over and over again, a message to everybody, keep your mouth shut. And I scan around maybe an hour a day looking at what people are saying. I look on our message boards. I look on the YouTube channels. I scan reading fast and the debunking sites. And the latest thing is that they're saying the dollar is not devalued. Prices are not up. They're all saying it in unison. The CENTCOM boys, their minions, their mockingbirds, their weak-minded camp followers. They're saying the government doesn't take children and radiate them or doesn't test pesticides on CPS, kidnap kids. Doesn't matter if it's in thousands of news articles. Or the variant is they're joking about it. The new thing is, I guess to keep their morale up, is, yeah, we're killing kids. So what? We're going to kill you too. They're also all over the message boards. You can track them back by their handles to their MySpaces. They're in uniforms. You'll see them bragging in their uniform with their PSYOP patch, and they're just letting everybody know who they are. And we're going to work on some articles showing all this. We're getting snapshots of them and things. And they're just on there saying, yeah, and they're coming on our message boards now saying, yeah, we built camps and we're going to kill you. And, yeah, we're testing stuff on kids. We need to. We are the dark side, and that's the end of it. Don't you understand, you fools, that your masters will destroy you as well? Don't you understand evil's not funny or tough or manly? Don't you understand it doesn't intimidate us, those of us on the side of the goodness and the side of light, those of us working in the light? It only makes us sad for you that you were overtaken and captured by the dark side and have been lost. It only reaffirms our courage and our will 100%. And I know what the term now means, 110%. I'd joke about it when I played football and would laugh at the coaches. 110% means you're so dedicated, you're burning with desire, and you can't even fathom the will and the commitment. It means you want to give more than you've got, and you're disgusted with yourself for not being able to perform at the levels you need to against the enemy. That's what 110% is, ladies and gentlemen. And I just feel sorry for all of you. And there's different categories. There's the mindless, dumbed-down people who believe that mom and apple pie is what the government is and are so weak-minded that they can't admit to themselves what's happening. Then you've got some of the more intelligent types, who just convince themselves with doublethink because it's too horrifying for them, and they rationalize, and yeah, we're not perfect, but you know what, we're the only government there is, and we've just got to keep going and following our orders, and they kind of just shut off the thinking process. But then you've got the psychopath types who enjoy being sadistic, who love power, who only worship the tyranny above them, and who are scared of their masters and so enthusiastically serve and then carry out tyranny against those under them. And there's other types as well, but the most dangerous type is very pious, very focused, again, pious on the surface, who really is I don't know what you call it. I've run into them. I've read their writings. I've seen interviews with top globalists. They're very focused. They're very professional. They're very serious. And they are very cold. And they say, look, if we don't exterminate the mass of humanity, and if we don't be the most evil force there is on earth and dominate and take control and be totally merciless, we will end up being dominated by some other group. And we don't know what that other dominant group will do. And we have the will to protect ourselves and our family, our houses. They call their organizations houses. It's the old royal term. And there's less than 50 main houses. And they cold-bloodedly are in alliance, intermarried, and they say, look, this is too incredible. We're on a planet, and we've got all this advanced technology. We could extend our lives almost indefinitely. We are threatened by a mass of humanity and new elites that may rise and defeat us militarily. And in cold-bloodedly, we don't want to die. We want to see the new advanced technologies. We want to be part of the future. And it's too important for us selfishly to have a total lock on the future and a monopoly of power and a guarantee that we get life extension and a guarantee that we get to go to the stars and a guarantee that we get to go to the next level of human development. And because the mass of 6 billion people and other elites that still exist at a lower level threaten us, we are going to cold-bloodedly set up a computer scanning, tracking control grid on a planetary scale. We are going to put in a military world government, and then we are going to orderly sterilize and exterminate the mass of humanity, and only a few 100,000 of us, because they tell their minions they're only going to kill 80 to 90%, but you really read the higher level think tank documents, the higher level professors who are managing large sectors of this, and they say that there's going to be a 99.99% extermination. But they can't tell their minions, because a lot of people have been let in on this, that it's going to happen to them too. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to carry it out. I don't know if it's going to work, but it looks like it is. And then every day, I am crushed every night when I go to bed. I went to bed about 11 o'clock last night, which is early for me. And I laid there for about 30 minutes in bed with the starlight shining through the windows, and I was looking at the wall, and I thought, my God, I'm the biggest thing fighting this individually. I am the most focused, the most articulate. Alex Jones. I mean, I thought about the magnitude of that, the responsibility of that, and I am a sputtering, babbling hillbilly who walks almost hunched over, and I'm the best we've got against these people. Now, I am smart. I can analyze systems and integrate them. I kind of have some idiot savant characteristics. But when it comes to actually leading or trying to organize things, it scares the daylights out of me and by scared in the right word, it shakes me. It upsets me that I'm the best there is, and that my listeners are the best there is. I mean, you're great compared to other people, but I'm telling you, folks, we're all pathetic. We're all weak and decadent. We were brought up in a decadent system. We were brought up in a scientific dictatorship. We were fed false terms and semantics. And we have to really shake ourselves to our core and really be reborn into a greater understanding. And I don't even mean that in a spiritual sense, but when you come down to it, that really is what it is. But I mean, just like shake yourself and dunk your head in some ice water and look around you. I mean, I want to tell the military and special ops and people, this is the ultimate battle. This is the ultimate war. Whether you believe me or not, whether you join our side, the ragtag little remnants of what's left of free humanity that can only freely think at a degraded level, poisoned as we are. I mean, I say to you, whether you know you're under attack or not, whether you know you're in the same ship with us, the same boat as us, you are. You're sitting in the same tree with us.